welcome to tonight's show. We are going to investigate a lot of interesting perspectives, so stay tuned. Our first segment regards freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is perhaps more important than ever during these times of crisis, but it is also challenged in these times. So says at least Professor Doctor Scavenius, author of this book, who through the past week has made several claims that freedom of speech is under threat in the current corona situation. So tonight we called Professor Doctor Scavenius, and he is here tonight to talk with us. And I can say welcome to you, Professor. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
Can you initially just tell me how you see that freedom of speech is threatened?
You know, I really think that the freedom of speech is really in danger in this coronavirus situation, especially because with the current security, measurement, distance, and all these rules, it's really difficult for people to communicate with each other and express their need and what they desire and what they want.
Let me ask you if you see any problematic ways that the government has communicated to the public.
The government is really a risky topic for me because even before the coronavirus situation, they don't consider minorities and their importance and their ability to communicate. For example, it's really important that they don't even consider wild animals and pets and their ability to communicate at the same level as humans. It's really something that is struggling me.
Okay, and animals, how do you see that relates a problem to freedom of speech?
Because I can bring up my own example of the importance of this. Me personally, I teach my own dog, Klaus, to talk since he was a very young dog.
Wait, you have a dog named Klaus?
That is the only point you took? Yes, Klaus, because I think they deserve clever name, not like Toby or Poopy or, I don't know, Foofy, the names that normally people gives to dog, but Klaus, a clever name for a clever dog.
Yes. Forgive me, Professor Scavenius. You have a dog that speaks. Would it be possible for me to see him? Can I talk to him?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he will really appreciate it. He's just in the next room. I can bring it here. Give me a
yes,
second.
please. All right. Apparently, next we will be joined by Professor Dr. Scavenius' dog, Klaus, who is able to speak. And I'm told while we are waiting for Klaus, we will move on to our next segment. So stay tuned, guys.
Hi, Mark. Is entrepreneurship dead? I am glad to report to you that entrepreneurship is not dead. I am here to interview the creators of the up-and-coming radio station Sound by Sound. As the government has suggested, we are keeping the 200-meter social distancing, so to keep on healthy.
What inspires you to make this station? What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak a little bit up? Can you? We can't hear you.
And I think finally we have Klaus ready, the talking dog of Professor Dr. Scavenius.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, Klaus. I'm obviously very curious to be talking to a dog. First, let me ask you how it was to grow up having Scavenius as teaching you how to speak.
Oh, it was very, very beautiful to live with him. He was very accommodating, and every request I may had, for example, going out for a poo or a pee in the middle of the night, it was no trouble for him. It was a very, very great way of living, and he was always serving me in the best way possible. I will be always grateful for this to him.
That's great, Klaus. I also heard from Scavenius that you were taught how to speak for the purpose of promoting freedom of speech.
Yeah, that's totally correct. And thank for this ability, I was able to be involved in many countries, helping many minorities to communicate their needs. And one of the greatest accomplishments in my life as a talking dog was to be a mediator between the Israeli and Palestinian factions in Middle East. And I was able to try to create a connection between these two parts.
Very well, Klaus. Can you share with us what you are working on at the moment?
Oh, this is a bit of a problematic situation for me, unfortunately, because I recently received a arrest warrant from Russia, so I'm forced to live in Dr. Scavenius' apartment.
How an arrest warrant from Russia? How did that happen?
It was because I was involved in the creation of the Pussy Riot movement. And actually at the start, I wanted them to call the Dog Riot. But you know, you cannot win every battle. And I think Pussy Riot is still a proper and active name for the movement.
Yeah,
That's why I was banned from Russia.
I'm glad to know that you at least made it out safely. How did you manage to escape Russia?
Oh, you know, it's pretty easy to escape a country when you actually look like a dog and you are a dog. Because you can just pretend you are following other people's smell and eating garbage. Then they let you cross the border and you're free.
That's honestly amazing, Klaus. I think I'm truly starting to see the benefits of Klaus. Are you still with me, Klaus? I wanted to ask you something more about the future, your future plans.
Oh, sorry, but Klaus needed to go to the garden for a second, so he needed to leave the interview.
Okay, okay. Well, let me just say, Scavenius, that I'm truly impressed. It's like a guerrilla activism, sort of.
Yes, you're totally right, and that's one of the main reasons about the importance of giving animals the same level of communication than humans. And I hope you learn the importance of this, and also the public will be influenced by what we show him today.
I'm sure of it, and I'm sure that your book will be very attractive in the near future.
I hope it will.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the invitation.
Bye, Professor. There you have it. Professor Scavenius orchestrating guerrilla activism of pets.
So apparently my beautiful cameraman has informed me that it's actually a 2-meter social distancing, not a 200. So we will try to have this interview done again. I am here with the creators of Sound by Sound, an entrepreneur up-and-coming radio station. What has inspired you guys to start this radio station?
Well, honestly, Anastasia, we were just like inspired by the spot that we found. I mean, like just around here, we've got our studio. It's just around this side, and just overlooking the Sound, or as they say, Øresund, in Denmark. And we just wanted to have a little celebration. I mean, it means a lot to us to be
That's
part
really
of
inspiring.
All right, I think we lost connection with our star reporter. After all, it is live news. You know what? I think that's our show for tonight. Thank you for watching, and remember, this was Mark's Top Remarks.